Have you ever felt invisible? Like the world had already written your story before you even began? Like no one cared if you existed? This is the story of Aladdin, a boy who had nothing, and yet carried everything inside him. At 7, Aladdin's life was full of laughter and warmth. His father, a hard-working man with rough, calloused hands, always said, "Son, one day you'll make the dreams we carry real. Remember, we rise together even if the world tries to push you down." But fate is cruel. One cold night, a fire broke out at his father's workshop. Aladdin watched from across the street, frozen as smoke swallowed the building. By the time he ran to help, it was too late. His father, gone. His mother, heartbroken and frail, tried to hold the pieces together. She whispered to him in the dark, "Aladdin, we have nothing but our dreams. You must survive. You must rise." But the world was unforgiving. Neighbors refused to help. Relatives turned away. Teachers shook their heads. Kids at school laughed at his torn shoes and threadbare clothes. Every door was closed. Every voice told him he was nothing. Every night under the bridge reminded him of his loss. At 8, Aladdin slept under a cold bridge, newspapers as blankets, listening to the rain hit the concrete. He counted the stars above, imagining a better life, repeating his father's words, "Rise, rise, rise." He scavenged old books, learning about science, technology, and entrepreneurship. The pages were heavy, but his determination was heavier. Nights under the bridge became classrooms. Each line of code, each theory, a step closer to survival. At 10, he found broken electronics in the trash. Computers, screens, wires. People saw junk. Aladdin saw possibility. With trembling hands and a spark of hope, he began fixing them. His fingers bled, his body ached, but he whispered, "One day. One day we'll rise." By 12, he had built a working laptop from scraps. It was slow, it was clunky, but it worked. He taught himself programming in candlelight, avoiding the cold. Hunger gnawed at him, loneliness pressed in. But every line of code whispered, "You are not invisible." By 13, he created his first educational app for street kids. Only 5 people used it, then 50, then thousands. Investors scoffed. A homeless boy? Impossible. Aladdin didn't argue. He let his work speak. At 14, he faced betrayal. A mentor took credit for his project. Friends abandoned him. Doubts whispered, "Maybe you are nothing." But he looked at the stars and remembered his father. Dreams never die. Rise above. At 15, he faced hunger and exhaustion. He slept on benches, fought for scraps of food. Nights under the bridge were cold, but his resolve burned hotter. Every setback, every insult, every lonely night became fuel. At 16, Aladdin started a small tech business from his tiny apartment. Broken electronics, handwritten invoices, endless nights. The boy who begged for food now built tools to help others survive. At 17, a major disaster struck. A shipment containing thousands of dollars worth of equipment was stolen. He sat in the empty apartment, head in hands, thinking it was over. But then he remembered his mother's voice. "You must rise, son. For our dreams," he rebuilt. Again and again, failure became his teacher, rejection became his motivation, and hunger became his ally. At 18, he launched his first real product. The same people who laughed at him before now whispered, "Who is this boy?" By 20, he had employees. By 22, offices. By 25, he had built a tech empire. The boy who slept under a bridge now stood on stages inspiring millions. But Aladdin never forgot the bridges, the hunger, the nights of despair. He returned to the streets, helping kids like himself, teaching, mentoring, giving hope. Because he knew, a single spark, a single chance could change everything. Every stage he stepped on, every award he received, every magazine cover he appeared on, he whispered, "Dad, Mom, we did it. Your dream lives in me." And when people judged him for coming from nothing, he said, "Do not judge the poor. Today, they have nothing. Tomorrow, they may rule the world. Do not judge yourself as nothing." Aladdin had nothing, yet he carried the dreams of his parents, and that turned nothing into everything. He would tell every child he met under the bridges, "Your story is not over. The world may have ignored you, laughed at you, or left you behind, but one day, you will rise." The story may seem short when told, but the reality was long. The nights under bridges, the hunger, the pain, the loneliness, the endless struggle. Those nights shaped him, strengthened him, and prepared him for greatness. Aladdin's journey from zero to hero is a testament to one truth. Your circumstances do not define you. Your determination does. Your dreams do. Your will to rise does. And one last truth he wanted the world to know. When someone says your education is useless for success, tell them, who built the light bulb first? Who built the computer? Who discovered the laws of physics? Who invented the MRI or CT scan? A non-educated person did not create these marvels. Educated minds did. Every great champion studied, learned, failed, and rose again. Knowledge is power, perseverance is power, and dreams are the fuel. If you see someone with nothing, do not insult them. If you are struggling, do not judge yourself. Aladdin had nothing, yet he remembered his parents' dreams. That made him unstoppable. That made him legendary. And one day, maybe the world will ask you, who are you? And you will answer, smiling, I am everything I was meant to be.